Hey, it's Cliff, and it's been like 2 weeks since I've done a Coreum / Sologenic update, so I figured by now there's probably some news. There hasn't been any news in the past few weeks, so I didn't want to make a video, kind of waste everyone's time. So let's check in now and see if there is anything available for me to look and give an update on. But before I get into that, when you hit that 100x, splat. I think we all have like one boss that we want to do that to when we get some good gains in our crypto portfolio. Honestly, the best part about that video, I think, is this coworker. You can see him just kind of like goofing off on his phone. He slowly looks up like, oh man, he's about to do it. And then splat, boom. All right, so anyway, I'll be serious, get into this. So I got a tweet here, it's from David Schwartz, and he says, I'm more personally excited about this feature than any other proposed XRPL feature in the past 10 years. And he's talking about the XLS 30 amendment, to which Reza down here responded, and he says, we are excited too. Sologenic has built a full featured interface for the XLS 30 amendment. Can't wait to see it live. And he actually posted a picture in here so we can see updates that are going to be done to the Sologenic DEX. So moving on from there, I got a tweet from Coreum. Says it's time to start building. Coreum will be sponsoring the Consensus 2023 Web3 Hackathon alongside Solana, Polkadot, XDC, and OKX Chain. This calls for the next generation of developers looking to bring their ideas to life with the right tools on the leading blockchain networks. Team will be taking over Austin, Texas from April 26th to the 28th. Several workshops will take place online for participants and developers in the space to learn about building on Coreum. So they are at Consensus 2023, which is a pretty high vis event, especially when it came to last year. I know a lot of people were looking forward to this. So they're going to be there. They're at the hackathon. Actually, it's going on now up until the 28th. So here's their webpage in case anyone's interested. I think you can actually live view this somehow. If you go in here and register, you can actually see what's going on and maybe see some of their seminars with Coreum and what's actually going on. But this is definitely a good thing for them to get out and get some exposure for Coreum, especially when it comes to being placed with these other big chains that are well known like Polkadot and Solana and XDC. So very cool for them to be out there doing that. Moving on from there, I saw Bob Ross posted this article. It says more development Web3 infrastructure provides ZV and Coreum blockchain announced partnership for quicker deployment of decentralized apps and DeFi. One thing I noticed about his tweets too, just looking down here, is this popped up where it says people Bob Ross follows or mentioned can only reply. I don't know if he's starting to like filter through his comment section, but I did notice in the past he was starting to get a lot of negative comments, so maybe he was just done with it and he's starting to filter his tweets now. Definitely something that kind of piqued my interest there, but that's not really important too much. Looking at the article here, I will actually paste this down in the description if you're wanting to see it yourself, but it's just talking about how ZV is now in a partnership with the Coreum folks. So just scrolling down here, it says, we're excited to support Coreum's mainnet launch by providing a no-code deployment process for validator nodes. Anyone with the required minimum stake can use our non-custodial platform for automated deployment of validator nodes with a few clicks while mitigating any performance-related risks. So they're just offering a service where people, if they want to run validators, they can come in. There's a good partnership with the team to allow people to run validators. ZV was one of the first Coreum ecosystem partners, and we could not be more thrilled to have the project officially going live with the Coreum mainnet. So again, this will be pasted down below if you want to read about how they're building partnerships with ZV. Moving on to great news. So there has been some exchange listings when it comes to Sologenic and Coreum. So this one is for Poloniex Exchange, not an exchange that I've ever heard of personally, but Solo and Core were listed on this exchange. So we can go ahead and see here. Here's Solo, where they're announcing that on their own Twitter. And then here is the one for Coreum as well. It says listing Coreum official. Coreum wallets will be open on April 26th and full trading will be enabled on April 26th. So it is now the 27th, so the full trading should be live by now. Gives you the wallet here that you can use. Let me go here, pull it up. I don't have an account to this, but here's the exchange. You can kind of see the trading. We can get into it. Looks pretty basic, but it's okay. The first thing I would want on this exchange is to find the black feature, like, so it's not super bright. I'm not seeing it. Maybe that's not something they have, or I'm just not seeing it here. I don't know, but this is very white and bright right in my eyes at almost 1 a.m. in the morning. So that's not going to work for me, but maybe they'll build it in later. I don't know. Anyway, let me look at it a little bit more. They got trades here, or they're trading pairs rather. Okay, cool. Buy crypto, USD, and pretty much all the pairs that you would want. They have a earn option. They're giving you 18% on UST. Personally, I would not mess with any of this. Any of these like earn exchanges. This is not for me anymore after Celsius and FTX and everything. I just wouldn't personally suggest you getting into this. They got 23% on Atom though, if you really want to be risky, but yeah, this is just not, it's not for me. That's just the announcement for it. And the exchange again is, it looks good, but again, I don't know a lot about this exchange. They definitely need a dark mode so they're not burning my retinas, but that's just me. Moving on from there, I got a tweet from Sologenic where they say, calling all blockchain native projects. Apply to gain early access to the Sologenic IDO Launchpad, a decentralized platform to easily create and promote community fundraising offerings on the XRPL. Sologenic's streamlined process provides a seamless way for users to trade their tokens on the DEX immediately after purchasing them during an IDO. Here are the steps. Number 1, list your token for free on Sologenic Market Index. Number 2, fill in the form. 3, selected projects will be given access directly through their wallet address. So they're starting this IDO Launchpad, which is originally for projects to kind of get a rating, how good the project would be, you know, that kind of thing. So if they were like known scammers, they would have a bad rating. And then if they were a good project, people could vote and say, hey, this is a really great project, and possibly get funding from people or things like that. So this is, looks like it's coming along pretty well. If you click on the Launchpad link, you can actually go in here. So I don't know if anyone watching this has a coin that they would want to actually put in themselves, but it's pretty easy. You just type in the name. See, I put in Cliff Coin. No, Cliff Coin does not exist, but it's kind of fun to think about. Like, if I had a coin, what would I do? What kind of utility would Cliff Coin bring? Or is it just a stable coin or something like that? Anyway, just clicking on that. I had cliffcoin.com. That doesn't exist, but I'm just trying to fill it in. And then you would put in your project link to the Solo Market Index. So you just put that in here, and then it would go to Sologenic team, and they could kind of vet and see if this is something that they want to add to their IDO Launchpad. Moving on from there, one of the things I saw that Sologenic's NFT platform tweeted out is that Thinking Crypto actually now has his own NFT bundle here, if that would be something that you're interested in. I believe the guy's name is Tony. I've watched a few of his videos in the past, and he has a really good YouTube channel that he talks mostly about XRP. He's pretty much an XRP guy, but he's diversified as well and has other cryptos. But I think when people think of him personally, they're thinking that he's an XRP guy. So one of the things I notice is you click activity, and from him publishing these, they're not really doing that well. I don't think he's sold any of them as I look through these. Yeah, but it looks like what he's trying to do is add utility to them. So if you click on one of them, you actually go in the description here, and I think it tells you, yeah, NFTs holders will have the following benefits and perks. So if you want to get an interview with Tony, Looks like you can do a 30-minute Zoom call here just from owning one of those. You get access to his Discord, early access to interviews that he's doing. He's had some really good interviews in the past. Exclusive discount perks, access to Thinking Crypto podcast partners, and discounts on Thinking Crypto merchandise. So I think it'd be kind of cool if you got an interview with him. He was leading the way when it came to XRP and SEC compliance for a while, getting interviews with people like from the SEC and things like that, lawyers back in the day. He's on it. I don't know if people are still interested in that news right now, or if they're just kind of sick of it at this point. We just want to move on to our bull market and make our money. But just kind of wanted to throw that out there, that utility is still being thrown into these NFTs, but honestly, the sales on them are just down so bad because nobody really wants an NFT. That's just how it is right now. Nobody's buying NFTs. You really need an NFT that has some kind of crazy utility at this point for it to be sold. And so I just want to finish this video out with a XRP Daily article that I found. And it says, breaking: Gary Gensler's tragic video discovered, states majority of crypto market non-security. So as we know, he's been a proponent of most of cryptos actually being a security. That's been the stance that he's taken for this trial so far. He talks about there being constant regulatory clarity and that he's given all the guidance that is needed, but really in the reality, like, there is no guidance when it comes to cryptocurrency. He's just kind of winging it as he goes along. It's pretty obvious at this point. So somebody found this little clip here that I want to show you guys, and it just kind of paints a really bad picture when it comes to the SEC.
So we already know in the US and in many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs, or not what would be called securities. Even in the US, Canada, and Taiwan, the 3 jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about, 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto. So you'll hear debates about initial coin offerings and what's a security and what's not a security. Relevant and important debate. But for 3/4 of the market, it's not particularly relevant as a legal matter, as a regulatory matter. Brodish.
So with him saying that 3/4 of cryptos are actually commodities, he's going back on everything that he's said so far when it comes to the trial. He has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't have a stance when it comes to any of these cryptocurrencies, and it seems like he's just kind of making up the rules as it goes along. But it's good to have something like this to just show how blatantly obvious it is that he's not fit to be in this position, because he can't really make a firm guidance for people to follow. Like, I think most of these companies want to actually follow the laws in the US, but they can't because there isn't any firm guidance, and he refuses to allow, or he refuses to provide any guidance for these people to actually get these companies going when it comes to cryptocurrencies. See, that's pretty much all I got. It's been a quiet couple of weeks when it comes to crypto, which I guess could be a good thing. You never know when it comes to crypto. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this late night version of the video, which I think it's like 1:30 a.m. right now. I cannot sleep. So I figured why not see what's going on with the cryptocurrency ecosystem and see what's happening. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporter, Kevin, and I'll see you guys in the next video.